Today I'm going to talk about the cardiovascular system. This model of the heart and simulations around it will help me discuss a few points about this system. Let's get started. First, I'm going to talk about a few of the functions of the blood. Some functions are transportation, restricting fluid loss when injured, and protection against toxins and pathogens. The composition of blood is part plasma and part formed elements. Plasma is made of mostly water with 1% of other solutes and 7% plasma proteins. The formed elements are red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. All of these components together make up the blood. Red blood cells make up 99.9% of the formed elements in the blood. They contain hemoglobin and are biconcave shaped. That means there is more surface area for oxygen and carbon dioxide to travel across it. Red blood cells contain hemoglobin, which gives it the red color. It is responsible for transporting oxygen and carbon dioxide through the blood. Although this model may not be the most accurate depiction of how this works, it shows that's where it gets the color from, and the oxygen and the carbon dioxide go along with it. Blood types are based on the antigen-antibody response. Type A has antigen A only, B has B only, AB has both A and B, O has neither A nor B. A positive or negative notation tells us if there's an Rh antigen or not. White blood cells are in charge of the immune responses. They lack hemoglobin and have organelles and a nucleus, unlike red blood cells who have none. This shows the white blood cells attacking pathogens. Platelets are less than 0.1% of the formed elements, but are responsible for clotting to prevent blood loss. Now let's take a look at the heart. When the heart beats, it produces blood pressure. Because of that, the blood is able to circulate through the vessels. This supplies oxygen to the body. The chordae tendineae, often referred to as the heartstrings, are strands of connected tissue that hold onto the openings of the atrioventricular valves. This is so that the blood won't travel back into the atrium, causing backflow, which can be dangerous. Now, we'll move on to the circulation of blood through the heart. Starting at the right atrium, the blood flows through the right atrioventricular valve, or the tricuspid valve, to the right ventricle. The blood flows through the pulmonary semilunar valve to the pulmonary trunk, and this is where the blood goes to the lungs. From there, it flows through the right and left pulmonary veins and into the left atrium. From the left atrium, the blood flows through the left atrioventricular valve, or the bicuspid valve, to the left ventricle. The blood flows through the aortic semilunar valve, then the ascending aorta to the aortic arch. And through the descending aorta to the rest of the body, until it goes to the superior and inferior vena cava. Then it flows back to the right atrium. That was my presentation on the cardiovascular system. Thank you for watching.
Into forever, arm in arm. Feel the peace within the breeze. Breathe in, you're my work of art. Every morning